Patriots, we're only going to say it one time. Hands behind your back. We know who's responsible. Oh, we caught you in 4K. Hands behind your back.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? I mean the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
Oh, we wonder. Then they blame Donald. Unbelievable. And rubbed Mr. Donald all through the mud. Poor Mr. President. Think they owe you an apology, sir. And ran you through the mud. Unbelievable. You know, he was right all along, you know. He was right all along.
They thought that they had sufficient resources.
That is not a question of how they had been. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more. We have.
Excuse me, ma'am. Turn around. You're coming with us. Come on, turn around, ma'am. Hands behind your back, man. Come on now. You know, y'all, you set our mans up. You know, y'all plotting on him. Y'all didn't like him. You don't like his guts. You know, but the truth must shine in the light. The truth must shine in the light. Whether you like it or not, the truth will come out. It will prevail itself. Even if the truth has to come out naked with a pair of goggles on. Just being real, y'all. Patreon, I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear the real. I know people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to keep it real. They don't want to could care less for the truth. But we're going to call it like it is. No sugarcoating. 10 toes down. We stand on business, Patriots. 10 toes down. That's 2 feet. All you got is 2 feet. So I advise you to stand on it. But yeah, as you can see by this title, man, this video is going to get real good. Shout out to our brother Doug, man. I can't wait to get into this one. Can't wait to see what he got cooked up in this one. Can't wait to see it, man. Shout out to our brother, man. Y'all know he loves us. We love him. And he really loves our channel, man. So huge shout out to that man for all his love, support, his dedication, his commitment, man, his grind. Love that fella there, man. So make sure y'all go down below and check him out. Show him some love. Tell him Rick sent you. Yay. Yes, indeed, baby. Let's go and jump straight in, man. Oh, Nancy. Nancy.
It's going to reverse the findings on the subpoenas for Steve Bannon, Peter Navarro, Mark Meadows, and Dan Scavino, who were hunted by J6, and they go into the whole J6 committee, Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney, about how immoral and how politically motivated it was. We're going to read the documents to you. These are official government documents, first presented by our favorite gal, Julie Kelly on Twitter. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. This is
shout out to the Patriots, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that like button for your boy, man. Yes, indeed. Join the family.
A kind of a pushback on Merrick Garland being held in contempt of Congress. So these are other people who were held in contempt of Congress and sent to jail. And then Merrick Garland is not sent to jail. So this is the pushback. Let's read. Here's the first one, Julie Kelly. Here's part of the new resolution declaring the J6 Select Committee illegitimate and seeking to rescind subpoenas for Steve Bannon, Peter Navarro, Mark Meadows, and Dan Scavino. The resolution also asks Congress to nullify the vote to hold all four in contempt of Congress. Here's the actual legal document. It is the sense of the House of Representatives that the Select Committee to investigate the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol was illegitimate, that the conclusions and findings presented were predetermined due to the committee's partisan nature. Now, this is no different than picking a jury where you don't want political partisanship to make the ultimate decision. And that's what this is claiming happened. And that the courts should set aside any convictions or commute any sentences stemming from contempt reports issued by the Select Committee. That is, number 2, the subpoenas issued on September 23rd, 2021, October 6th, 2021, and February of 2022 for Stephen Bannon, Mark Meadows, Daniel Scavino Jr., and Peter Navarro are hereby rescinded if they agree to this. Part 3, House Resolution 730, recommending that the House of Representatives find Stephen Bannon in contempt of Congress, adopted in 2021, is withdrawn, dismissed, and otherwise ended and concluded without further proceedings or enforcement. House Resolution 1037, recommending that the House of Representatives find Peter Navarro. That's just going through the individual names. Okay, now let's go to the second part of this. This is the resolution is sponsored by Rep. Eric Burleson. Now I'll show you a picture of him. I just put up a quick picture of his Twitter here, Eric Burleson, just so you can see what he looks like, because I haven't heard of him before. So as I learn, you guys learn. So far, the resolution has 24 GOP co-sponsors, including Thomas Massey, Margie Taylor Greene, Andy Biggs, Jim Banks, and Anna Paulina Luna out of Florida. We need every GOP vote to make this happen. Just a few issues with the J6 committee are detailed here. And this is the final part of our document. This one's kind of wordy, but it tells you everything you need to know about what they're getting at here by all these whereases. So if they can get them to agree to this, the Republicans to agree to this, whereas the Select Committee was deficient in its composition. So this is the very makeup of a committee that's supposed to be always be bipartisan. Okay. House Resolution 503, the resolution establishing the committee stated, quote, the Speaker shall appoint 13 members to the Select Committee, 5 of whom shall be appointed after consultation with the minority leader. That would be Kevin McCarthy. Whereas Speaker Pelosi refused to seat Republican members named by Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy to the Select Committee, resulting in a solely partisan exercise determined to vilify President Trump and his advisors for the January 6th breach on the U.S. Capitol. So just by design, in Pelosi disobeying Kevin McCarthy, she broke their own rules. Whereas Speaker Pelosi refused to the selections of Minority Leader McCarthy and named only Representatives Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger to the Select Committee. Those are the only 2 Republicans, leaving the committee with 9 members rather than the required 13. So once again, they broke their own rules. They could not get any Republicans but Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. And we already know this is like selecting a jury based on your politics. We already know what their conclusion was going to be before they even joined the committee. And then it just became a witch hunt. And this is not how you want to run your government. If it is, then when we put together select committees against Nancy Pelosi, how will she feel having 9 hardcore Republicans going against her and 2 Democrats that already agree with the proposition against her? Whereas the select committee held hearings, issued subpoenas, and published a flawed report without the number of members required by House Resolution 503. So it's already illegal by their claim. Whereas shortly before hearings begun, the Select Committee named Representative Cheney as, quote, vice chair and operated without a ranking minority member. Remember, this is all the press and all the media. Nancy Pelosi kept underlining, this is a bipartisan committee. This is a bipartisan committee. It was anything but, bipartisan would mean your partisanship. Some would be for Trump, and some would be against. Otherwise, it's monopartisan. Whereas the position of vice chair is distinct and different from a ranking minority member, as clearly understood by House Rules Conference and caucus rules and precedent. So even naming her vice chair, they'd have to replace her with yet another person to be part of the committee. Whereas House Resolution 503 specifically required the chair of the Select Committee to, quote, consult with the ranking minority member, unquote, in certain circumstances. Whereas House Resolution 503 included the requirement that the chair of the select committee could only issue a subpoena, quote, upon consultation with the ranking minority member. This is just going into how all of the unfairness of it has been spelled out now. And now the Republicans, regardless of what this committee came up with, this is not about if you agree with their conclusion. That's just rank partisanship, but also it is pragmatism when you have a preferred end and then you'll cheat by all the means getting up to that end. That's what Democrats do. We want to be a rule of law. And these are the rules. They said you broke all of these rules, even if you had your preferred outcome, that they have to agree, because if you break these rules for one side, when Trump gets into office, we have to break them the other way. They're going to have set the precedent for us to go after them. What do you guys think? Do they finally get Nancy Pelosi on this one for one of the most partisan public witch hunts ever against Trump and these four, even now as they try to let Merrick Garland have a pass, even though he too is in contempt of Congress for not releasing her recordings, where the guy in the recording said things about Biden, and we don't trust that they were not redacted or were not edited in some way. Well, let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, we know what it's all about. We know it's a complete, hands behind your back. They all need to be held accountable. You know, this whole thing needs to be heavy investigated. But hey, man, what do y'all think? Drop a lovely comment down below, man. Salute and love to them Patriots. It's sad, man. You know, I don't know how many J6 arguments I done got into with people, man. I really, yeah. Even family members. Y'all know y'all seen in the previous videos, man. Even family members. That J6 argument, man, boy. But then when new things hit the fan, they don't want to speak about it. Oh, man. Live in 4K. Oh, boy. He tried to tell y'all. Y'all thought the man was crazy. Y'all thought he was lying. Come to find out, that fella been right about everything these last 8 years. Even before that. Solid, man. 10 toes, Patriots. 10 toes now. But hey, y'all drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Let me know what y'all think about that. Comment down below. And hey, I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Hands behind your back.